Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Kelly, and Chuck is here with me today, too. Dino's here as well, so hopefully they won't be too distracting while we are working on our practice together. I want to take a moment to share with you what I'm reading right now. This book, Yoga Mind, I've actually read it once before and decided to pull it out and read it again. It's a 30 days to enhance your practice and revolutionize your life from the inside out by Susan Colo'n. So it's a journey beyond the physical. All right. I wanted to share with you today this quick definition of yoga. So yoga is a Sanskrit word and it means union. And I love how Susan has put this into the introduction of her book. So union, yoga means union with something greater than ourselves, union of body and mind through breathing, union that comes when we release the false ideas of aloneness that creates harmful feelings and habits and come to understand that we are all connected. So thank you for joining me today so we can have this connection. Though it is virtual, I feel a strong connection to those of you that are here with me now and those who might be watching this video later. Okay. And if you take note of my shirt, you might know that whenever you're practicing this, that this is actually being recorded in the middle of October of 2021, and I am getting into the holiday spirit. So loving the black and the holiday theme. I mean the Halloween theme. All right, so let's come to our mats in a seated posture. You're going to need, let me tell you, you're going to need a couple of blocks and a strap today. And if you have something that you like to sit on for a little bit of breathing and meditation work, then I want you to have that. I'm actually going to be sitting on a block as we do this today with my legs tucked back. So I'll show you how that's going to look. Okay, let's meet up on the mat. Okay, so normally I might sit in a crisscross position with a bolster underneath me. Today I'm choosing to sit with my legs tucked back. I'm going to take this block on its lowest value and pop it back there between my ankles and then sit back onto the block. Okay, that feels really good for me. There's a little bit of space between the block and my ankles. And then it takes some pressure out of the knees and out of the ankles for me. I'm working with a pretty cushy mat here too. Some of you may need a blanket or whatever you need to make yourself comfortable and be able to have a long, tall spine. Okay, so let's begin by imagining that you are growing, right? You're lengthening. And it might even be helpful to take a hand, put to the top of the head, just a light touch on the top of the head, and kind of push the crown of your head up into your hand. Not with a lot of force, but just a gentle lengthening, finding space in the body. Okay, and once you've got that, then I want you to take your hands and bring them to the tops of your shoulders. Allow the shoulders to start to drop from the ears. And notice if you feel like your ears or your shoulders are right up in your ears. And I'm going to just take the tips of the fingers and encourage the shoulders to move down. So there's a lot of length and space in the neck and across the tops of the shoulders. And then let's bring the hands down. I'm going to choose the hands facing down today because this is a very grounding. I could feel the warmth in my hands as I rest my hands on my legs this way. And that connection that I was talking about in the definition at the beginning of our practice here, the connection, right? I think that it's really nice to have the hands touching the body at multiple times during the practice to encourage your own connection. Like feel yourself in this time and space, physically feeling the body, feeling the warmth of the hands, grounding and settling in here. Okay, we'll go ahead and close the eyes down when you feel ready to do that. Take a couple of breaths in and out through the nose and then out the mouth. So breathe in through your nose, out the mouth. Feel your face relax. Feel your shoulders release. Breathe in through the nose, out the mouth. In through the nose, out the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. Close the mouth now and breathe through your nose. Let your ears open up and listen for the sounds all around you. Let your eyes open at any time you feel like you want to just feel more comfortable that way, or practice with your eyes closed to give you a little more connection to the inner landscape, right? The inner body, the inner workings, mind, body, breath, and heart. Just taking a few moments here to connect to yourself, to connect with me, connect with your breath, and then maybe connecting with an intention for yourself. Think about what has brought you to this practice today, to this video, whenever you might be watching this. What is it that you are seeking for yourself? Is it something physical, emotional, mental, maybe a combination of those things? And what kind of intention can you set for yourself that will just help you to remain focused during this time of practice? My own intention when I am teaching is to be present, to be mindful, to use my words skillfully in order to help you have the best experience that you can while you are connecting in this virtual space. Let's take a few more breaths here, in silence. Relax your face, relax your shoulders, and feel your rib cage and your belly expanding when you breathe in. And releasing that, feel how you're moving towards center, drawing the navel slightly toward the spine. Let's bring the hands together at the heart center. Bow the head to the heart. That was really loud. Good. Sweep your arms out to the side, all the way up through the fingertips here. Reach up. Feels good just to lengthen the side bodies. Let's take a side stretch. Bring one arm down, let the other arm stretch over, lengthening the side. Let's turn the head down. Look toward that hand that's touching down. It could be on a block, might just be there on your mat. Pull the top arm up and over to the side. We're drawing the belly in here as well and just switching the sides. Okay, so taking that lateral stretch, opening up the side body. Turn your gaze to look down. Push that hand down into your block or your mat. Feel the breath expanding into the upper side of the ribs here. Good. And then pull that arm back across and lift yourself all the way up nice and tall. Okay. All right. So let's roll some today. The idea of rolling. Okay. So we're rolling our shoulders, rolling them forward, up, back, and down. Feel how your chest sort of contracts in as you're going forward, and the chest expands as you're moving back. Right, let's reverse that. Go back and forward, back, up, forward, and down. Okay. So when you're moving back, feel your shoulder blades kind of squeeze together and then open them apart as you are rolling your shoulders forward. All right, now let's do them individually. So begin to roll one shoulder and the other. Now you can see, and as you're watching me, that there's some twisting that begins to happen here. Okay, so the rib cage is beginning to move a little bit more as I roll the shoulders. All right, let's reverse that. Get nice and fluid. Let your arms come along for the ride here and breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose, maybe in through the nose and out through the mouth, depending on what feels good for you. Okay. Shake out the arms a little bit. Now let's roll at the wrist. As I roll at the wrist, you can see that my arms sort of wing out to the sides and then back down. So there's a lot more movement than just the hands and the wrist, right? Moving into that connection, lots of connection in the body. Let's reverse our circles. Same thing, even if I reverse the circles, my arms still sort of wing out and back in toward the body. A little butterfly just flew by the front window. I love it when there's a butterfly involved. All right, shake it out a little bit again. Now just let your hands rest on your lap, on your legs. We're going to roll the head a little bit. So you're going to drop over toward one side and trace the chin over to the other side. Drop it down and just roll your head from side to side, chin toward the shoulder. Looks like you're tracing across your collarbones. Good. Now we're going to go easy around to the back side here. I'm looking up like toward the place where the wall and the ceiling come together, and still rolling my head in that semicircle fashion, just from side to side. All right, now I'm going to take a whole circle here. I want you to be cautious with this. If you've got a lot of tightness and tenderness in your neck, make a small circle here. And as it feels stable and comfortable for you, just let that circle happen. Feel the weight of the head on the tip of the spine and a few of those cervical vertebrae, the vertebrae in the neck, moving with us here. Okay, we're going to reverse that circle. And of course, you can modify and change this movement up to suit your body. Maybe you're sticking with those half circles instead of these full circles. Feels good. Let's go one more. Oh, and come to rest in the center. And close the eyes here and just get a sense of stillness. Any sensation that comes along from those movements that we've done in the upper body. Tuck the chin down toward the chest, open up the eyes, sweep the arms out, lift the arms up out of your shoulders, lift the gaze a little bit here too. Now, as you're coming down, I want you to cross. I'm going to cross my right arm over my left and just hug around the outsides of the shoulders here. Hey, buddy. Now, I'm going to pull the navel to the spine and let the elbows point down, rounding my back, tucking the chin. I'm going to inhale to lengthen and lift the elbows like I'm pointing them up again toward that little space where the wall and the ceiling come together. that seam in the on the wall. Okay, so inhaling as we lift up, exhaling as we point the elbows down, tuck the chin to the chest. Let's go again. Inhale up and exhale down. Now, as you come up this time, I'm going to undo the arms, almost like you would pull your shirt up off the top of your head, and then just let the arms circle back and down and pause there. Good. Inhale, arms go out and up. This time we're going to cross the left arm over the right, or at least switch. Okay, if you get confused with right and left, no big deal. All right, elbows pointing to the screen right now. We're going to take a big breath in. Round the body, pull the belly in, empty your breath, point your elbows down and tuck your chin. Inhale, come up, lift the elbows up. And exhale, roll it down. Feel how you're rolling your spine into that C curve, that cat stretch, and then lifting up with a little bit more extension and then down. Good, let's go again. Inhale up, exhale, point the elbows down. As we come up this time, pretend, take your shirt off all over the top of your head and release the arms all the way down. Nice, okay? Let's give those arms just a little bit of a shake. We're going to come to all fours and work on getting out of the legs, shake out the legs a little bit here. You might have 2 blocks with you. If that's comfortable for you to use, you might like to use the blocks. That's what I'm going to choose for right now, just to give my body a little bit more space. You're welcome to put those blocks to the side and just be down on your hands and knees, okay? All right, so let's continue the rolling of the back here. Just moving a little from knee to knee as I pull the belly in and then let the weight balance here in the center. Going to press the tops of the feet, the shins into the ground, and allow the chest to pull forward. Lift the chin a little bit. Now exhale, round back. Push into your blocks or into the mat a little bit. Lengthen the side bodies. Inhale, come a little more forward. Pull the chest through, the heart through. That's your inhale. And exhale, take it back. So as we move here, we're trying to find our own rhythm and pace. If you want to work a little bit faster or a little bit slower than my instruction, you know, that's what you get to do. You get to find your rhythm. Find your rhythm of breath and allow that connection to happen. Okay, we're going to do this one more time. Exhale, round like a cat. And then inhale, let the heart pull through. Find your neutral spine. Stretch your right leg back, tuck the toes under on the ground, and then push the heel back. Oh, yeah, just get right into that calf muscle. Okay, we're going to rock a little forward and then push back. So it's like you're coming out of the calf stretch and then back into it again. Okay, rolling through the arch of the foot, working into the toes a little bit here. I want to try to get each toe to connect into the ground. Good. Let's go one more. Keep breathing. Drop that right knee down underneath the right hip. Let's take the left leg back. Tuck the toes, press back into the calf, or press back into the heel to stretch the calf. Okay. And then let's just work those rocking motions here. So just come out of it a little bit and then press back into the heel. Good. In and out of that stretch for the calf muscle, gastrocnemius. It is a meaty, meaty muscle. Let's go one more. And then we'll drop that left knee down underneath the left hip. Good. And circle your arms out. Lift yourself up so that you are on your knees, but you're extending up, up, up. Reach through the fingertips, look up a little bit, bring the palms together and down and into the center. Nice. All right. So let's take our hands forward toward the front of the mat, maybe on the blocks. And then we're going to extend the right leg back again, point back through the toes here. Now pull the right knee into the chest. There's that rounding we've done. You start to engage in the front of the hip here. Extend the leg back and then exhale, pull it in. Let your body fully engage here. The dynamic work of pulling the knee into the chest. That ding is really loud, isn't it? When you hear the ding of a notification come through, take a deep breath. Let it go. You don't have to do anything about that notification, right? Right now we're focused on the body, the breathing, the connection. Step your right foot through and then move into a low lunge here. I'm going to change the blocks to a higher value, and then I'm going to work that rocking motion forward and back, okay? Some of you may need to pad your left knee here for a little bit more comfort. Again, I'm working with a pretty thick mat, and I'm also on a rug, so I got plenty of padding back there. When I'm rocking back, I'm actually flexing my right foot so that I can get into that calf muscle again. Okay, so, whoops. Rocking forward and rocking back, just moving the block out of the way so that you can see how that works. I'm focused on like engaging my whole sole of the foot down into the mat here too. Now, as I push back this time, I'm going to stay here in a half split. Lengthen the spine. You see how flat my back is here, and lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head. Going to gaze a little forward here. Relax the jaw. Pausing, breathing, connecting. All right, ready to switch sides? I'm going to shift forward. Pull that right leg back. And then switch into the other side. I'm going to drop those blocks back down to the lower value, stretch the left leg back, give it a little lift off the ground, and exhale, pull the knee into the chest. So let's focus on core engagement here, okay? Exhale, pull the navel as much to the spine as you can, emptying your breath. Exhale, empty and pull in tight. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale and stretch it back. Do a couple more. Working on your rhythm, warming up your body, warming the shoulders, the spine, the abdominals, the legs, everything, right? All right, we're going to pull it forward. We're going to step it through, okay? Step that left foot through. We're going to switch the blocks to their highest value, and then work on pushing forward and pushing back. All right, so we'll take several of these. I'm going to move that block just so you can see. I'm going to flex the left foot as I do this. I'm shifting forward, trying to get a lot of connection down through the sole of the foot and working into that calf stretch. So good. Ooh. All right, let's breathe together here. Inhale as you're coming forward. Exhale as you're pushing back. Inhaling forward. Exhale back. Oh yeah. Feel the body warm and start to get a little more malleable. Connecting. All right, let's push back and stay back. I've got the front foot flexed, spreading the toes, opening up the ball of the foot, the arch, that main arch of the foot. Spine is long from tailbone to top of the head, breathing, connecting. All right, we're going to shift forward. This time I want you to tuck the back toes under and turn yourself the long way. Walk the blocks around, parallel the feet here. Get a nice push of the heels down into the mat. And then we're continuing to rock. So I'm going to lift the heels, and then I'm going to drop back, and I'm going to lift the toes. Rocking a little forward, the weight goes into the hands, the arms are strong. Drop back, lift the toes as you can. So feel yourself working on balance, right? You don't want to go too far forward. You might go into a forward roll. And if you go too far back, you might land on your bottom. So finding that rhythm of breath, finding the balance of how far you're coming forward, how far you're pushing back. Good. And then find your center place, okay? We're going to bring the hands up onto the hips. When I do this, I'm going to put a little bend in the knees, engage the core, all right? Pull the shoulders back, elbows back, lift the body, lift the torso, straighten the legs. Undo the hands from the hips and circle the arms out and up. Look up, breathe, extend from your feet to your fingers. Palms come together, down through the center, and down we go into our forward fold, okay? So you might want your blocks here, and you might not. I'm gonna put them here just to have them. Just spread them out a little bit. I'm gonna turn the knees and toes out with a little bend in the knees, and then begin my movement again from side to side. Might get a little hip pop here as we do this. Oh yeah, that left hip wants to pop for me. So I'm going to be very gentle on that. I'm going to move slowly so that I don't continue to allow that popping, but move a little slower, allowing for the lubrication in the knees, in the hips, in the ankles, and your rhythm. How fast you want to move from side to side, how slow. Okay, so inner thighs start to get involved here. You can feel that inner seam of the leg starting to get a lot of length, maybe a lot of resistance as we do this. I'm also tracking my knees in line with the toes as I do this. Oh, feels good. Okay, so let's go one more time over to the side, and then we're going to take a quarter turn back toward the front of the mat. Walk the blocks around there with me. Lower that back knee. Now press the top of the back foot down. That's going to be my right foot, and I've got my left leg forward. It doesn't matter if you're on the other side because we're going to do both. Okay, rise up as you can, both arms lifting. Extend through your side bodies into your fingertips. Now sweep the arms down and back behind you. Reach back as far as you can through the fingers. Okay, wiggle the fingers a little bit back there just to get the feel of it. Inhale, let the arms come forward and up. Exhale, take the arms down and back. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, drop it down and back. One more. Inhale up for a low lunge, and then exhale, take it all the way back. Let the hands find the blocks. Tuck the back toes under again. Let's come around through our wide forward fold. We call that Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a breath here. Exhale, fold. Come back up. And take your quarter turn to the other end of the mat, okay? Once you get around there, you're gonna drop that back knee. Okay, now I have my left knee back and my right leg forward. Doesn't matter if you are different because again, we're doing both sides, right? We're on side two. Breathe here. I like to put a hand on the leg there, give myself a little assistance coming up into the low lunge. Both arms reach. Lengthen the side bodies, and then let the arms sweep back. The palms face the back of your mat there. Reach through your fingers, give them a little wiggle. Inhale, come forward and up. And exhale, down and back. Good. Forward and up. And down and back. Good. All right, let's go again. Inhale, forward and up. And down and back. Oh, nice. Okay, coming out of this a little bit differently this time. We're just going to take that. Pull that front leg back. Drop the hips back toward the heels here. Let's move the blocks off to the sides. Stretch through your arms for child's pose, Balasana. Tuck your chin a little bit so the hairline is where you are connecting down into the mat. Let your body wiggle a little from side to side, baby. All right, and then when you're ready, you're going to come up to all fours, shift your body weight forward, hug the elbows, lower yourself to the ground. Now, let your elbows come forward And we'll come into Sphinx pose here. I'm stretching way back through the tops of the feet here, reaching through the toes, each of the toenails trying to connect into the mat. The legs are active. My belly is also pulled in. The abdominals are strong. Reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the toe tips. All right, let's take a big, big breath here. And as you exhale, lower yourself down a little bit. Pull the elbows back and straighten your arms. See if you can let your palms face the ceiling. Give your shoulders a little roll back and squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then we're going to lower down and lift back up. So feel your body engaging through abdominals, the glutes, the butt, the legs, the upper back, backs of the arms. Right, so working with some more dynamic movement here to allow us to roll down and then press the pelvis and lift up. All right, down you go. Anchor at the navel and the front of the pelvis as you lift up. And then release. Let's do that one more time. Lifting up. And then down. Bend the elbows, bring the hands around and underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, press yourself to all fours. Push your hips back a little bit. Find that length through the side bodies. And then allow the knees to lift off the ground. Start to straighten your legs and press your heels a little bit toward the mat. The heels do not have to touch here, but we're allowing for that same calf stretch to come in. Okay. Take a couple of breaths in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Anchor through all your toe tips and fingertips. Feel your arms stretching above your head. Chin is slightly toward the chest. We're going to look toward the knees, maybe toward the navel. Oh, feels so good. One more breath here. And then come high on your toes. Slowly lower your knees down to the ground here. And then untuck the toes. Breathing in, let's come into cow pose. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale. And exhale. Find your neutral spine. You can use your blocks under your hands or not. Walk the knees closer together. Now, let's allow the right leg to come back and up, but we're keeping the knee bent about 90 degrees. I've also got the foot flexed. I'm going to start to do little pulses here. I want everything stable and engaged. And as I press through the through the right heel, I'm going to connect into that right buttock area and the hamstring, building strength. Okay, now I'm going to show you an option as I keep this going. I'm going to pull my blocks in on a little bit of almost like a triangle position so that I can put my forearms down. Give my wrists a little bit of a break, but I'm going to continue into that burning sensation in the right glutes, pushing right up through the center of the heel. Now, if you got a sore neck, I'm going to give you an option here. The palms come together, the thumbs support at the center of the forehead, giving a little bit of support to that head. Okay, really feeling this here. Woo! Let's go one more. Drop that knee down, widen the knees, push the hips back, maybe come off your blocks, wiggle the hips back a little bit, and take a child's pose for a few breaths. When I'm in child's pose, I like to breathe out through the mouth a couple times. So try that with me. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. All right, let's go for side two, okay? Lift your gaze a little bit, start to come up onto the hands and the knees. Bring the knees a little more underneath the hips. I'm going to slide my blocks a little forward for now, starting on the hands, rooting into each of the fingertips. I'm going to bring the knees a little bit closer together, and then that left leg goes up behind, flex the foot, and begin your little pulses here, okay? Think about lifting right up through the center of the heel. Pull the belly in, give a long neutral spine, and then if you're watching this, you can see how level everything is. My shoulders are level, my back is level, my hips are level, right? My head is level. All right, starting to feel that burn sensation. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did before, just to get out of the wrists a little bit. I'm going to come onto the blocks with my forearms, giving my wrists a little bit of a break. Maybe roll them out a little bit while I'm working on those pulses back through the center of the heel. There's some serious burning starting to happen here. Oh, working on that strength and connection. Let's breathe with this a couple more times. Oh, yeah. Okay, one more. Give it a good squeeze and then drop it down. Let's widen the knees a little bit. Push the hips back. It's going to give us some good length in the glute muscles here. Wiggle it a little bit. Ease back into Balasana. Okay, now what I'd like to suggest, to give you a couple of options, is like we did in the very beginning, or like I did anyway. I'm going to come up, take the block around in between the ankles, sit back on the block. Now you could take a different seated position here if you want to. Just going to allow that blood flow to come back into the arms a little bit, give them a little shake. I'm going to take a moment to turn toward you and be a little bit more clear about what's happening with this. Okay. Good. Now, I asked you earlier to have a strap, and that's what we're going to use here. We're going to take that strap. Remember, you can be in a different seated position as long as your arms are a little bit free. So we're going to take this strap, open it up. I like to use a half strap when I do this. You could use like a bathroom robe satch or something like that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to mirror you for this, which means I'm going to actually put it in my other hand. So this is going to be your right hand holding the strap. We're going to take the strap around behind so it comes down like toward the, like right down the middle of the body, right down the spine. I'm going to let that top elbow bend, holding onto the strap. It drops down, my hand drops down behind my neck and then back sort of between the shoulder blades a bit. Okay. I'm going to try to let this top elbow point straight up. Don't want it flaring out to the side too much. So encourage the movement of the top elbow toward the side of your head. The other arm is going to reach back, bend at the elbow, and reach around and grab onto the tail of the strap. Okay, soften your jaw. Try to level out your body again here. Your head is level, your chin is level, your shoulders are pretty level, your hips are level. Now your breath is even. Try breathing in and out through the nose. A couple more breaths. Extend through each elbow. Notice if you're holding the strap back there with the death grip. Try not to do that. Be a little bit more loose with the grip. Good. Okay, y'all, try this. Let go with the bottom hand. Let the top hand just drape the strap across your right shoulder. Let go. Shake out your arms a little bit. Let's do a nice big circle. A couple of those. Crossing one arm on the top and then the other. Circle around. Good. And release. All right, let's try the other side. So grab that strap with your left hand, bring the arm up, start to think about how close in that upper arm is to the side of your head, and try to keep it there as you're folding the elbow down. You can see I have a little more tendency to flare out on this side. It's going to take a little more work for me to keep that left arm in and drop that strap down behind and sort of down the length of the spine. Okay. And then the other arm goes back, bend the elbow, reach around, grab the tail of your strap. Now, level things out. Okay. Level out the chin. Level your weight into your sitting bones. Good. Easy breathing, easy but deep breathing here. Loosen the grip on the strap a little. Let it out. Stay for a few more moments. Extending through the top elbow, the bottom elbow. Maybe even closing the eyes here. Drop into the tailbone, the sitting bones. Feel yourself rooting, making connection. Right, like we did on the other side, we're going to let go with the bottom hand. With the left hand, just drape the strap across your shoulder. Let it go. Shake it out just a little bit. Any rolling and moving that you want to do. And then you're sweeping your arms back this time, way back to spread the collarbones and reach up to the sky. Let the arms cross a little bit as you're coming forward and down. Reach way back. Cross the other arm on top. Take this big circle. Cross the arms. One more. Cross the other way. And let it go. Good. Okay, so meet me in downward facing dog. We're going to drop that strap off to the side. Take out the block. Find your way into downward dog. Hands are pretty much under the shoulders here. Knees under the hips, toes tucked. We're going to push our hips back a little bit to find the side length. Pull in the belly and then lift the hips up and back. Press your heels toward the ground. And let's breathe here. Find your rhythm. Connect into each of your toe tips, your fingertips. Shake out the head a little, like you're saying no to someone. Let the weight of the head really drop off the tip of the spine. Now walk your feet closer together. Press into your left foot and from your right hip. Let your right leg extend up and back. You're going to feel that engagement through the glutes. I want you to bend the right knee, flex the foot, and now we're opening the hip. Can you turn that right knee toward the side of the room to open up the hip? And then close it back down and pull the knee in toward the chest, shifting your body a little forward. This is going to get a little intense here, okay? Take it back and up, open the hip, breathe, stay anchored into your 3 points. Pull the knee back into the chest, empty your breath. Inhale, go back and up, open the knee, big breath in with this. Exhale, bring it forward into the chest. Good, we're going to go one more. Take it up and back, open the hip. Ooh, that feels good. All right, let's drop that right foot down. Shift your body weight forward to plank or knee plank. I'm pretty close to this couch right here, so I put my knees down so that I don't bang my head, walking back a little bit and then shifting onto the belly. Slide the forearms forward, take Sphinx for a couple of breaths, opening up through the fronts of the hips, lengthening the belly. Oh, that feels really good. Does it feel really good? All right, we're going to work our way back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll slide the hands back by the chest, pull in the belly, tuck the toes, lift to knees or full plank, and then work your way into your downward facing dog. We're going to walk the feet a little closer together. Let the left leg lift up behind you. Feel your glutes working, right? Engagement through the back body here. Let that left knee bend and then open the hip. So point the knee off to the side and then close it back down and pull it in toward your chest. Round in, emptying your breath. Let's go back and up. Open the hip and then pull it back in. To work through the core here, shifting your body. All right, let's go back and up. Open the hip. Oh, feels good. Let's go twice more. Max out strength and opening, flexibility, connection, breath. This is the last one here. Oh, feels so good. All right. And then bring it on down. Shift into your plank, knee plank or full plank. Bring yourself down to the ground. Slide the forearms forward. Oh, yeah. Reach through your toe tips. Reach through your fingertips. Good. All right, let's take a little rest. Make a little pillow with your hands. Turn your head to the side and breathe. Everything relax. I'm going to open my feet and legs a little bit wider here. Good. Let's lift the head, turn it the other direction. Breathing and relaxing. Okay, I just need you to roll over on your back. All right. Doesn't matter which way you go. Roll onto your back. Find that strap. Getting close to the end here. All right, so we're going to take the strap under the sole of the right foot. Going to stretch that right leg up to the sky. I'm going to keep my left leg bent. I like the knee bent, foot on the floor. Helps me release a little bit of pressure out of my back. But you're welcome, of course, to stretch that leg long, okay? This is what I'm going to do. All right, you take the strap in both hands, one strap in each hand, and then just guide the leg to the outside and then across the body a little bit, okay? So guiding it over toward the outside and then up and over to the other side. Let's do that a couple more times. Just let the hip open out. So abducting the leg and then across. We're adducting as we go across the body. My hips are staying down. I'm not moving into this big twist here. Letting both hips stay down. Just allow that hip motion. Good. Now, what I want you to do is let the leg come straight up and down here and turn the leg internal and external. So as you go internal, the whole leg turns. So your toes point like over your left shoulder. And when you're externally rotating, your toes are pointing like over your right shoulder. The whole leg is turning. So it's really turning from deep down in the hip socket. All right. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Do this a couple more times. All right, and then guide the leg over. Go ahead and take both straps into your left hand. Let the right knee bend and cross it. You take off that strap now. Pull your knees into your chest with this deep cross. And just pull in as you can. Some of you may be able to slide your hands down the shins a little bit so your feet start to separate apart. You might even reach toward the ankles or toward the feet. Keep a little flex in the feet if you do that. I'm going to keep my hands up toward the middle of the shin for this. Lengthen the back of the neck. Focus on your exhales. Oh, that feels good. How many times have I said that? That feels so good. Breathing in and breathing out. Oh, that's nice. All right, now when we undo, I want you just to let your arms relax. Undo your legs, straighten them up toward the ceiling, uncross, flex the feet, and then open your legs wide like a V. Take your hands to the insides of the legs to push down and stretch a little more, or hands on the outsides of the legs to give you a little bit more support. What do you need in your hips? Okay, let's point and flex the feet a little bit. Roll with the ankles. Go the other way. Bring the legs together. Bend your knees. Drop your feet down to the ground. Reach around for your strap. Let's do side two. Almost done here. So strap goes on the bottom of the left foot. Stretch that leg up. Both hands take a piece of the strap. And we're going to start to rock that leg out to the side. And then up and over to the other side. Okay. So we're abducting the leg out. And bring it up and let it cross over. Keeping the hips down on the ground here. So don't let yourself move into the twist. It's really about working into the hip, not so much into the twist in the spine for this particular day, this particular practice. Relax the jaw, relax your face and your eyes. Oh yeah, good stuff. Swinging the leg in control, out and back across. Okay, so let's come to center. Leg is up and reach up the strap a little bit. Just hang on here. And I want to internally and externally rotate the leg. So the leg works as one unit here. The knee and the toes still pointing in the same direction as I externally rotate. Toes point over the left shoulder. As I internally rotate, toes point over the right shoulder. The whole leg works. So you feel it from in the hip socket. And your hip actually might sort of pull up towards your side waist a little bit and then lengthen away from the side waist. You feel that much movement in there, in that side of the pelvis. Okay, couple more. Go ahead and take the straps into your right hand. Center the leg. Pull it across the body and then bend the knee and go ahead and take that strap off and drop that strap to wherever you want to land it. Okay, let your arms relax here for a moment. Pull the knees into the chest, squeeze them in. This might be where you stay, or slide your hands down toward the middle of your shins or even to your ankles or your feet. Keep a flex in the feet if you do that. I'm going to keep my hands about the center of the shins here, separating the feet and creating a little more hip opening. I feel this need to work into my feet and ankles a little bit here. So rolling, pointing, flexing. All right, let's relax the arms again. And then strengthen your legs, straighten your legs, uncross your legs, lift to the sky, and then open the legs out wide like a V. Okay, remember, hands can go to the insides of the legs here to stretch a little more, or hands around the outsides to give you a little bit more support wherever you want to be. Breathing, maybe a little pointing, flexing, rolling at the ankles. Hey, buddy. Chuck, can you wait just a couple minutes, buddy? Just a couple moments, okay? Can you come lie down? Chuck. You have to go outside. Let go. Bring your legs together. Good. Let's pull the right leg in toward the chest. Tuck the chin. Go up with your chest toward your right leg and slowly lower the left leg down toward the mat and lift it back up. Use that strength in the front of the hip here. Buddy, wait just a couple minutes, okay? Can you come here? Come here, Chuck. Let's go one more. Stay here. Pull that leg in. Flex out through the other foot. Good. Test your core strength. Let your hands reach towards your feet. Oh yeah, knees back into the chest, head comes down. Hey buddy, you okay? All right, left leg goes up. Curl up. Hi. Stretch your right leg long down your mat. Hang on to that leg, pull it in. Good. Now, let that right leg lift and lower a couple times. Right leg goes down, working on the hip flexor strength. Hey, bud, I'll let you out in just a minute. Okay, yeah, I'll let you out in a minute. Almost there. All right, we're gonna hold here, pull the leg into you, touch your core strength, let your hands reach to the end of the mat. One more breath, pull in the knees, release it all down. Ooh, okay, so let's take a twist here. All right, if you need a few more moments to decompress, do that. When you're ready, you can drop the legs to the left, turn the head to the right. Oh, and take a few breaths. Oh, that feels so good. I know I've said it before. I'm saying it again. This has turned out to be a really great practice for me, and I hope for you as well. Let's bring the legs up and just switch. Okay, I'm going to pause in the middle for just a second. Hi, buddy. Dropping the legs to the right. Hey. And let your head turn to the left. Hi, bud. You're so handsome. You're so handsome. Can you lie down for a few minutes? Can you lie down? Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right, bring the legs back into the center. Drop the feet down. Stretch your arms back over the top of your head. Let your back arch a little bit. Stretch your legs long. And then your arms come down into a comfortable position. Palms up. Chuck, can you move? Chuck, can you move? Right here. Oh my gosh. Oh, love it. Let's rest here for just a little bit. Okay, so relax your shoulders, close your eyes, relax your jaw, focus on your breathing rhythm. Allow your body to get heavier and heavier. Drop your bones. Drop the heaviness of the bones into gravity so that the soft tissues in the body can release and let go. Feel the energy pulsing through your body. Let the body rest and feel the softness of your breath, the rhythm of your breath, and allow it to slow down. Maybe take a moment to lick your lips and roll your tongue over your teeth. Let the jaw relax. Feel the back of the head against the earth. Eyes softening, skin smoothing over your forehead, over the cheekbones, over the chin and throat. So relax in this way, or perhaps the left hand can come to the heart and the right hand could come to the belly. And breathe the connection here. Belly breathing, heart connection, hands on the body. Feel how your breath has a beginning, a middle, and end. Listen for the sounds of all that's happening around you. As you hear different things, remind yourself that you can just let those things continue to be and to happen without having to do anything about them. Still exploring this time with yourself, body, mind, breath, and heart all together as one. Depending on how you feel, what time of day it is, what activities you have next, you might decide to stay in Shavasana for a bit longer. Or if you are thinking about a seated meditation today, then go ahead and start to roll yourself to one side and push up and away from the ground. So your option of being on your back and resting, or coming into seated meditation for a few minutes longer. Okay, eyes closed, connection to the breath is there. Feel the breath move down across the throat and down into the belly. Up and out on the exhalation, up and out into the spaciousness of your surroundings. Feel the sensation in your body, the sensation of your breath. Stay connected to that inner, subtle inner movement. The bottom jaw is soft away from the upper jaw. The eyes settle into their sockets. The temples become rounder, softer, and deeper. The rhythm of your breath as if gentle awareness there, right? There's a gentle awareness of the inhale and the exhale. Allow yourself to be. Be in union. Be in connection. Be present. Be here now. Those of you still in Shavasana, on your backs, I want you to deepen your breath and begin to make some little movements in your toes and your fingers. Begin to roll at your ankles and your wrists and draw your knees into your chest. Roll to your side. Pause for a few rounds of breath. Find your way into a seated position. Just feel yourself in this time and space, in this body, in this moment. And come back to your intention, your focus that you may have set for yourself. This might be a good chance to reset that intention or change it if something new has come about for you now, as far as your inner guidance system. What will help you be your best? Function at your best. Set the intention to be with yourself. Be your best with yourself. Symbolically, the hands coming together, bringing right and left sides together. Symbolic of opposites like night and day, light and dark, good and bad. All the opposites that you can think of here. Bringing the inner with the outer. The light within me virtually sees the light within each of you. And when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are as one. Thank you so much for joining me in this virtual space. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Practice this sequence here as often as you like. Share this practice with others by giving them my information so that they can find this practice. And I'll see you all next time. All right. Thank you for sticking around, and laughing with me through Chuck and all the other distractions of life. Have a beautiful day. Okay. Namaste, everybody.